Hey guys, Nate here, and I will be discussing the future of Destiny 2 and what it means for us. I will be outlining the following points: the Witch Queen, Lightfall and Beyond, rewards and infusion caps, maximum power in each season, PvP discussing stasis, cheaters, the Vault of Glass raid, Ada 1, Transmog aka armor synthesis and crossplay. Firstly, let's discuss the big elephant in the room. The Witch Queen will not be launching to all systems until 2022. Bungie has realised that with the story of Destiny 2 and its evolution in the Witch Queen, they needed to push it back. The Witch Queen represents a beacon going forward, with characters, heroes, villains and everything in between. With the amount of work they are going to put in, and if it's anything like the Taken King, it will essentially be Destiny 3. I'm sure it will drastically overhaul everything. When I played the Taken King for the first time, the overall atmosphere and the vibe the game had gave off had changed. Instead it was deep, dark and dangerous. You felt like you had to tread lightly. I'm sure COVID also had its reasons in why the Witch Queen and Beyond expansions have been delayed. Now it's time for Infusion Caps. They were introduced in Shadowkeep. They will be going away permanently. The Infusion Cap meant the developers could shift the meta every season, so it kept things fresh, but had the consequence of having an expiration date on weapons and armor. So starting in season 14, there will be no infusion cap on weapons and armor, and they will be able to increase their light permanently. This will solve the problem of the expiration issue, but at the same time Bungie will have to need to think about more weapon tuning extensively than before. Such weapons as Prometheus Lens, Fairwind's Light, just to name a few. In the right hands, these weapons can one-side an entire match in trials. Up next is power, specifically power levels. Every season we would increase our levels by 60 light, something like that. They will be changing this, reducing it drastically. Each season we will only increase our power by 10 levels, starting in season 14. So if you're at the max cap, the next season you'll be right at the start line for the pinnacle grind. Next is PvP. When it comes to PvP, Bungie has just divided it into 3 segments. The first is free peeking in trials and competitive. This will be changed. Emoting will be disabled, and any weapon that uses third person camera will be disabled if they have no ammo. So if you have a sword, it doesn't have any charge in it, you're not going to be able to use it. Second, they'll be making changes to light and dark based subclasses over the next few seasons after that. The majority of the changes will be made to stasis, and here are the rundown of all the 3 classes. The Behemoth Titan. Decrease super damage reduction. Increase super energy cost when performing light attacks. Remove the freeze AoE on supercast, and reduced travelling efficacy on Shiver Strike when slowed. Next, Revenant Hunter. Decrease Withering Blade damage and tracking. Decrease the slow stacks applied to targets, and remove Shatter Dive damage reduction. Shadebinder Warlocks. Fix a bug where the Ice Flare bolts would track towards targets immediately on creation, and it fixes a bug where the Shadebinder super projectiles were not tracking until a certain distance travelled. And in general they are decreasing the crystal shatter damage. In season 15 they'll be looking at light based subclasses and giving them a tune-up. The goal of all of these changes is to keep Stasis feeling great in PvE and to bring its representation in PvP more in line with light-based abilities, making them an even playing field. And next up is cheating. Bungie has increased its security team by nearly double. That is insane. That means more and more cheaters will be banned and having a hard time getting back in with their cheats. With what happened and what Bungie are going after the cheat developers, they didn't outline exactly what they're going to do, and rightly so, because they don't want to give the cheaters a heads up or a head start. Next, Vault of Glass will return in Season 14, and I personally cannot wait. I miss them damn harpies, the ones you got to sneak around if you get caught by them. Pretty much mission over. Of course, there will be contest mode in the first 24 hours and a world's first race as per usual. They'll be adding a contest mode for that. And also they'll be adding a Master Vault of Glass, which is pretty cool. Next, Ada 1 will be handling Transmog, and I know everyone's been waiting for Transmog. Bungie has called it Armor Synthesis. Every season, Ada 1 will be offering a set of bounties that will be for various activity types. Players can complete said bounties that will then receive the materials needed to power up Ada's loom. This will be able to turn any piece of armor in your collection into a permanent universal ornament. You can skip the bounties and buy with straight silver if you want to. Crossplay is up next. In Season 15, crossplay will be enabled, so if you're on Xbox and your buddy's on a PC, you'll be able to play with him in strikes, nightfalls and anything in between. Just to note, in Xbox PvP, if you start a Crucible match, you will stay with people playing Xbox. But if you want to play with a PC environment, like if you're an Xbox player and you wanted to play with your friend who's on PC, if you join his fire team and he searches for a Crucible match, you'll be put in with PC players, just to let you know. And that's everything I could grab from the TWAB, put it in my own words, and I'll be giving my thoughts next. Okay, I'm going to give my opinion and thoughts on the state of Destiny 2 in 2021. So with the DLCs, I think it's a good thing that they aren't going to rush it and they pushed it back. We've seen with Cyberpunk that we need to let them have their space, and for us to just wait, I know it's not going to be boring, but we're just going to be endlessly waiting for it, and I hope that they have stuff in place to keep us entertained in the seasons until the lead up to the Witch Queen. There's nothing better than just having nothing to do, and I think their trickle of content is okay, but it's just you do everything in the first month of a 3-month season, and then in the 2 months you've got nothing to do. But at the same time, you can like grind Destiny for a whole month if you really wanted to, and then you've got 2 months to explore other games and still come back to if you want to. So that's what I do, and I'm fine with it. Next obviously is Infusion Caps. I'm kind of glad they're getting away from it because it did feel like it had an expiration date. I just hope they keep the tuning, they're on top of their tuning, because no one wants just, Titans wielding, the shotguns all the time, the Fellwinter's Lie, just that one. Next is power levels. I'm kind of glad that they're getting away from 50 levels, 60 levels a season, and it's just 10. I'm normally at the pinnacle cap when I finish a season. I'm pretty sure everyone is, or most people. So the next season I'll only have 10 levels to go. So I'm fine with that. PvP I'm not too big on, but I do play it obviously to get my seasonal stuff done and stuff. I'm not too bad, but I'm not great. I'm okay with a sniper, but I prefer like a pulse or an auto rifle. But obviously free peeking I never used, emoting I never used. and the whole like you can't equip your heavy weapon, that like a sword that hasn't got any charge. I wouldn't equip it unless I picked up heavy ammo anyway, so I'm fine with that. The only thing that I want to comment on is that you could get rid of heavy ammo in a game of Destiny by, if the whole team agreed to emote. So say if one team emoted like to get rid of the heavy, the other team could emote to get rid of the heavy. It was like an agreement. They had that in Destiny 1 and it was a thing, and I think it's in Destiny 2 as well. I don't know, but obviously you won't be able to do that anymore. The changes to the stasis, I always said they're gonna buff stasis when it was released so that everyone used it. It's not like they're going to release stasis and then it be okay. They're gonna make it like as if you're invincible, and then the next season they'll make changes to it to buff it down so it's in line with everything else. I always said that every time a new subclass comes out, I always think that it's a bit more powerful than it should have been. It's always overtuned, it's a bit too powerful, and then the next season or the next time they can patch it, that's when they tune it down and make it in line with all the other subclasses. They do it all the time. With them changing light bag subclasses, I'm glad for it. I don't really use stasis that much. I prefer using my favourite subclass on Hunter will be the Solar, because I never take off my Celestial Hunter, and I always use Void on Titan because I like the bubble, and I always put the well down when I'm a Warlock. I don't dabble in any other thing. Cheating, I always had a strong opinion on cheating. I don't like it. I just hope that they could get an anti-cheat as soon as, and I'm gonna be so happy when they do, because I've encountered cheaters before. It's insane. Like, I have screenshots where literally we've got 10 points in like a team deathmatch, and the other team have got like the entire like 90, and it is so one-sided. It's insane. Vault of Glass. I played the hell out of that in Destiny 1 and I loved it. It was so good. I never got the exotic Vex Mytha class though, but the times I played it I really enjoyed it, so I cannot wait for that. With the Transmog or armor synthesis, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be great. Them adding silver, they gotta get paid. I'm fine with that. I've always said it's your choice too. They show you what you can buy. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. Like, it's cool. Like, but like, so I'm fine with that. So with armor synthesis, you'll be able to change all your armor. You'll be able to change your armor and still keep your stat roll of that armor, but obviously just change the appearance of it, which is great. Crossplay. I used to play with. I used to be on Xbox, so I do have some Xbox friends. It'd be great to play with them again. As for PvP, I won't be taking them into PvP because it'd just be unfair. And that is pretty much the end of my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll link the TWAB in the description below, and I want to thank everyone if they got to this end of the video. Let me know if you did in the comments below, and always thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.